Hello everyone, welcome back to our English learning channel. We are very happy that you are watching this video today. Many people want to learn English, but they don't have time to go to classes, or they don't have money for coaching. Some people also feel shy to speak in front of others. So if you want to learn English by yourself at home, this video is specially made for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Lena. Thank you so much for joining us today. Learning English by yourself may feel difficult in the beginning, but trust us, it is completely possible. You just need the right method, daily practice, and a positive mindset. In this video, we will show you simple and easy ways to learn English on your own, step by step, especially for beginners.
Yes, Lena. This lesson is perfect for students, working professionals, job seekers, and anyone who wants to improve English without a teacher. So relax, listen carefully, and learn with us. Lena, many learners ask, can I really learn English by myself? What do you think?
Of course, Paul. Learning English by yourself is not only possible, but it is also very powerful. When you study by yourself, you control your time, your speed, and your learning style. You can learn whenever you want, in the morning, afternoon, or night. You can repeat lessons again and again until you understand them clearly. There is no pressure, no fear, and no competition.
That's true. Self-learning also helps learners become more confident and independent.
Yes. And today, we will show very simple daily habits that anyone can follow, even if they are complete beginners.
So Lena, what is the very first and most important step to learn English by yourself, especially for beginners who are just starting?
That's a very good question, Paul. The first and most important step for beginners is to start with basic English words and very simple sentences. Many learners make the mistake of jumping directly into difficult grammar rules and long sentences, which can make them feel confused and demotivated. Instead, beginners should focus on learning small, easy, and commonly used words that they can use in daily life. When learners start with basic words, their brain slowly becomes familiar with the English language. Simple sentences help them understand how English works in real-life situations. For example, sentences like, "This is a pen. I am hungry. I like tea. I am learning English." These sentences are very short, easy to remember, and extremely useful in daily communication. When beginners practice such sentences daily, they start feeling comfortable with the language. This builds confidence, and learning becomes enjoyable instead of stressful.
That sounds very simple and practical. So do you think beginners should completely avoid difficult grammar and big words in the beginning?
Yes, absolutely. In the beginning, learners should not worry about complex grammar rules or difficult vocabulary. Their main focus should be understanding, speaking, and using simple English. Once they become comfortable with basic sentences, they can slowly move towards grammar and longer sentences. At the start, learning should be fun and easy. If learners feel pressure, they may lose interest. So starting small helps them stay motivated and consistent. Over time, their vocabulary grows naturally, and they become more confident speakers.
That makes a lot of sense. So how should learners practice these basic sentences every day?
Learners should repeat these sentences daily, speak them loudly, and try to use them in real-life situations. They can practice in front of a mirror, talk to themselves, or even record their voice and listen to it later. They should try to make their own small sentences using the same pattern. For example, instead of saying, "I like tea," they can say, "I like coffee," or "I like music." This small practice helps their brain think in English. Slowly, day by day, their confidence will grow, their fear of speaking will reduce, and they will start enjoying the learning process. This simple daily habit can bring big improvements over time.
Listening is very important while learning a new language, right?
Yes, Paul. Listening is extremely important, especially for beginners. When learners listen to English daily, their brain starts understanding pronunciation, sentence structure, and natural speaking style. Listening helps them become familiar with how English words sound and how sentences are formed naturally in conversations. Without listening, it becomes very difficult to speak correctly. That's why beginners should make listening a daily habit. They should listen to easy English videos, podcasts, short conversations, cartoons, and simple stories that are specially made for learners.
So, how much time should beginners spend listening to English every day?
Even 15 to 20 minutes of daily listening can make a huge difference. Consistency is more important than long study hours. Listening for a short time every day is far better than listening for many hours only once a week. Regular listening helps learners slowly understand the rhythm of English, improve their pronunciation, and increase their vocabulary naturally. Over time, they start understanding more and more without translating in their mind.
That sounds very effective. And should learners repeat sentences after listening?
Yes, definitely. Repeating sentences out loud after listening is one of the best methods to improve pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. When learners repeat what they hear, their mouth and tongue get trained to produce English sounds correctly. They can pause the video or audio, repeat each sentence slowly, and then try to speak at normal speed. This technique is called shadowing, and it helps learners sound more natural while speaking. With regular listening and repetition, learners slowly start thinking in English, speaking without fear, and understanding conversations easily. This daily habit can truly transform their English learning journey.
Many beginners say, "I don't have anyone to practice English with." They feel lonely and confused. What should they do in such a situation, Lena?
This is a very common problem, Paul, and many learners face it. But the good news is, you do not need another person to practice English. You can become your own speaking partner. The best and easiest way is to start talking to yourself in English every day. When you talk to yourself, there is no fear of making mistakes, no pressure, and no embarrassment. You can speak freely and comfortably. This builds confidence and fluency step by step.
Talking to yourself in English sounds interesting. How can beginners start doing this?
Beginners can start by describing their daily activities in simple English. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you can say, "I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. I am taking a bath. I am wearing my clothes. I am eating breakfast." When you are in the kitchen, you can say, "I am cooking food. I am cutting vegetables. I am boiling water. I am making tea." When you are going out, you can say, "I am going to work. I am going to school. I am going to the market. I am meeting my friends." These small sentences help your brain get used to English in daily life.
That seems very easy and practical. What about talking about feelings and thoughts?
That is also very important. Learners should talk about their feelings, emotions, and thoughts in English. For example, "I feel happy today. I am excited. I am tired. I feel lazy. I am worried. I want to improve my English. I want to become confident. I will practice every day." This kind of self-talk improves emotional connection with the language and makes English more natural.
How much time should beginners speak daily like this?
Even 10 to 20 minutes daily is enough in the beginning. But the key is consistency. Speaking every day for a short time is better than speaking once a week for a long time. If learners practice daily, they will slowly start thinking in English, speaking faster, and feeling more confident.
So speaking alone can actually improve fluency?
Absolutely. Speaking alone removes fear, builds confidence, improves sentence formation, and helps develop natural fluency. It is one of the most powerful methods for beginners to improve spoken English.
Lena, many learners translate everything from their native language into English before speaking. Is this a good habit?
In the beginning, Paul, translation is completely normal. Every beginner does it. But slowly, learners should train their brain to think directly in English instead of translating. When learners always translate, their speaking becomes slow, confusing, and unnatural. Thinking in English helps them speak faster, smoother, and more confidently.
How can beginners start thinking in English?
They should start with simple daily objects and situations. For example, when you see a chair, instead of thinking in your native language, think, "This is a chair." When you see a fan, think, "This is a fan." When you see a book, think, "This is a book." When you feel hungry, think, "I am hungry." When you feel thirsty, think, "I am thirsty." When you are sleepy, think, "I feel sleepy." This small habit slowly trains your brain to connect English words directly with meaning.
That sounds very practical. What about daily actions?
Yes, learners should think in English while doing daily activities. For example, I am walking. I am sitting. I am watching TV. I am studying. I am cleaning my room. I am listening to music. When you continuously think like this, your brain slowly starts accepting English as a natural language.
So this helps in faster speaking?
Exactly, Paul. When you think in English, you don't need to translate, so your speaking becomes fast, smooth, and confident. This is a big step toward fluency.
Any special tips for beginners to build this habit?
Yes. Beginners should practice English thinking for at least 15 minutes daily. They can describe everything they see, feel, and do in English. Over time, this becomes automatic, and English starts flowing naturally.
That is excellent advice for learners.
Yes, Paul. Thinking in English is the secret key to becoming fluent faster.
Lena, many beginners feel scared of reading in English. They think it is difficult and boring. How does reading actually help in learning English by yourself?
That is a very common feeling, Paul. But reading is one of the most powerful and effective ways to improve English, especially for beginners. When you read simple English every day, your brain slowly becomes familiar with new words, correct sentence structure, and natural grammar patterns. You start understanding how English sentences are formed without even realizing it.
That sounds interesting. But what type of reading material should beginners choose?
Beginners should always start with very simple and easy content. They should not jump into difficult novels or complex articles. Instead, they can start with simple short stories, basic English books, small paragraphs, easy news for beginners, short dialogues, children's stories, and simple English blogs. These types of content are easy to understand and help build confidence.
How much should beginners read daily?
They don't need to read for hours. Even 5 to 10 lines daily is more than enough in the beginning. The key is consistency. Reading a little every day is far better than reading a lot once a week. Daily practice slowly improves vocabulary, understanding, and fluency.
Sometimes beginners stop reading when they don't understand every word. What should they do in that situation?
They should not stop reading just because they don't understand every word. It is completely normal to not know many words at the beginning. Instead, they should try to understand the main idea of the sentence. If a word appears again and again, then they can check its meaning. Slowly, their vocabulary will improve naturally.
That makes learning stress-free.
Exactly. Learning English should be enjoyable, not stressful. When learners read interesting and simple content, they start enjoying the process. Their fear reduces, and their confidence grows.
Should learners read silently or aloud?
Reading aloud is highly recommended. When you read aloud, you practice pronunciation, speaking, and confidence at the same time. It also improves your fluency and helps your mouth get comfortable with English sounds. Even if your pronunciation is not perfect, keep practicing. Perfection comes with time.
That's a very helpful tip for beginners.
Yes, and one more thing. Learners should try to imagine the story or situation while reading. This makes reading more interesting and helps the brain remember words and sentences for a longer time.
Lena, many learners avoid writing because they are afraid of making mistakes. How important is writing practice for beginners?
Writing is extremely important, Paul. In fact, writing helps learners organize their thoughts, remember vocabulary, and understand sentence structure better. When you write in English, you actively use what you have learned, and this makes your learning stronger and deeper.
What kind of writing should beginners start with?
Beginners should start with very simple writing. They don't need to write long essays or difficult paragraphs. They can start by writing just 3 to 4 simple sentences every day. For example, they can write about their daily routine, their day, their feelings, their hobbies, or their plans.
Can you give some examples?
Of course, for example, today I woke up early. I went to work. I ate healthy food. I am learning English. Or, I like reading books. I enjoy listening to English songs. I want to speak English confidently. These small sentences slowly build confidence and clarity.
That sounds very easy and practical.
Yes, and beginners should not worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a natural and important part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. Instead of feeling embarrassed, learners should feel proud that they are trying.
Should learners check their writing?
Yes, they should try to check their writing using simple grammar tools, dictionaries, or even by reading it again themselves. This helps them notice their mistakes and improve gradually. Over time, their writing will become more accurate and natural.
How does writing help in speaking?
Writing helps you think clearly in English. When you write sentences, your brain learns how to form ideas in English. This directly improves speaking ability. Slowly, learners start speaking more confidently and fluently because their brain already knows the sentence patterns.
So writing strengthens the entire learning process.
Exactly, Paul. Writing builds clarity, confidence, vocabulary, grammar understanding, and thinking ability. Even 5 minutes of daily writing can create a big improvement over time.
That's amazing. So reading and writing together can really boost English learning.
Absolutely. When learners read daily and write a little every day, their English improves naturally, step by step, without pressure.
Lena, can you suggest a simple daily plan for beginners?
Of course, here is a simple plan. Morning. Listen to easy English, 10 minutes. Afternoon. Read simple English, 10 minutes. Evening. Speak English, 10 minutes. Night. Write 3-4 sentences, 10 minutes. Only 40 minutes a day can slowly improve your English skills.
That sounds very easy and doable. Before we end, what final advice would you give to beginners?
Don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Speak daily. Listen daily. Think in English. Be patient with yourself. Learning English is a journey, not a race.
That's wonderful advice. Thank you so much for watching this video.
We hope this lesson helped you understand how to learn English by yourself easily.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and see you in the next video.
Bye everyone and happy learning!